The Dyson V15 is Dyson's latest and greatest cordless stick vacuum. This new V15 has a bunch of new tech going on with an upgraded motor, upgraded battery, upgraded attachments. Pretty much everything is new here on this one. But of course, all of this new fancy vacuum tech comes with a hefty price tag that Dyson are always asking. So let's explore what you can expect from the Dyson V15. Yo everyone, what's going on? Nathan here. Let's talk about the Dyson V15. Now there's a lot to unpack here, so let's take a look at everything you're going to get in the V15 kit. First up, we'll take a look at the main vacuum unit. It's front loading, it has a better battery and an awesome new LCD display. Next up is the big stick thing that connects everything to the main unit. This one here is the high torque head, which is your everyday main head, which does carpets and hardwood floors. Next up is the new hard floor head that has a laser on it to detect dirt across surfaces. This one here is the hair screw tool, which is great for handheld stuff like couches or car seats. Pretty much anything you want to use the Dyson as a dustbuster for, this is a great attachment. Now those three are all powered heads. These next ones are just different shapes for different applications. You've got the basic crevice tool, a mini soft dusting brush, a stubborn dirt brush, and lastly, you've got a combination tool. You're also going to get a wand storage clip as well as a docking station if that's the kind of thing that you wanted to set up. Now I was going to talk about year-on-year upgrades of the V15 versus the previous V11, but I have a feeling that, much like us, vacuum cleaners aren't the sort of thing that you're upgrading too often, or it's not the kind of thing that you're obsessing about performance and statistics of one model to the other. You kind of just hit a point where you're like, all right, we need a vacuum, here's the budget, what's out there? We personally bought a Dyson V6 and have owned it for like 6 years. It's been great, it's done a great job, but its time is just done. The final blow to us owning that V6 was that we just moved recently to a bigger place and our Corgi has just absolutely defeated the vacuum. It can't keep up with him. So with all that in mind, let's talk about what kind of battery life and performance you can expect from the V15. Now the battery life is heavily tied to the power modes that you're putting the vacuum through. Dyson are quoting 68 minutes on eco mode, 45 minutes on the auto mode, which is medium, but only about 9 minutes on the boost mode. But I'm just going to stop you here for a second and give you some comfort because in the real world, you're really not putting this thing on boost mode at all. When I compare this to our old Dyson V6, you really had to run the V6 on boost mode all the time. So the two aren't really comparable because the auto mode on the V15 is way better than the boost mode of the V6. So when I take all that into account, for us personally, I'm comparing like 9 to 10 minutes of the boost mode on the V6 versus 40-45 minutes of auto mode on the V15. So that is a huge battery difference. So look, I've just touched on the performance there with the battery timings, but look, the general performance of the V15 is just great. Now, I don't have vacuum testing areas like nerd channels like Vacuum Wars to show you how it performs under different test conditions, but I can assure you in the real world, in the 2 months that we've owned it, the V15 has dominated hard floors, carpets, anything we've really thrown at it. I've actually prepared a little bit of a cleanup here, but it's a little different to what you're thinking. Look at this, it's a great vac. All clean, easy. If you want to support a poor starving Corgi, then smash that like and subscribe button to help your boy out. Do it, do it, do it. All right, one of the other great features about the V15's battery and performance is the ability to easily change batteries. So if you had a massive place requiring more juice or your battery was just run down, it's a complete dud after a few years, then you can just unclick it, pop in a new one. Such a simple design choice. I don't know why it took them this long to implement it, but it's here now and it's a great addition. Now the charging time for a fully depleted battery, it's pretty long, it's 4.5 hours, but the only time this has ever really been an issue was when I first opened the box and I really wanted to get some quick tests done and I had to wait 2 to 3 hours for that half charge to fully complete. In reality, I vacuum for like 10 to 15 minutes, chuck it on the charger, and it's always good to go. So look, enough talk about the vacuum. Let me show you some vacuuming in action with each of the 3 different powered heads. Alright, so look, if that wasn't completely obvious how much it just vacuumed, take a look at this side versus that side. It's crazy how much it picks up. Also, I should have shown this before, but this barrel was completely empty, so it's picked up this much in that clean alone. Just that little section on the floor. Crazy. Okay, so we'll do a test here with the laser off and on. You can see it's one of his favorite places to take a nap. This is what it's like with the laser off. And you can obviously see the dirt here and there. You can hear it powering up, doing some extra work in this heavy area. Let me just turn the laser on and you can really see really highlights all that dirt. I'll just show you this other section here under his bed. This gets a lot of activity as well. Look at that. Look at all that under there. And how the laser really picks it up. And it's so satisfying because you go back over it a second time and it's all clear. You know you're doing a good job. That last clip there showed the auto switching function in action, and it's just so seamless. I've actually never had to manually change the power mode as I'm vacuuming. The V15 changes everything on the fly perfectly when it's needed. The high torque head and the screw tool have some magical new anti-tangle design going on, because let me tell you, pretty much every single clean on the old V6, that main attachment would get a ton of hair clumping and would wind around the attachment. And pretty much every time you used it, you had to take the attachment off, you had to open it up, you had to unwind all the dirt and hair off it, clean the attachment, put it all back together. It took a little bit of time. And in contrast with the new vac, I've done like 30 cleans and haven't even wiped it down. That is just a night and day design difference. I'm gonna show you a clip of the two and you can see what they look like. Now you might be thinking this laser head kind of seems like a gimmick because the high torque head already perfectly cleans hard floors. So why are you going to go to the effort of changing heads just so you can use this dumb laser? But hear me out. Because at first you're like, cool, there's a laser, big deal. I can see some dirt here, see some dirt there. Okay, I'm done cleaning. Did the laser even help? But then you use it a second or third time and all of a sudden you're getting this gamification, satisfaction that you can see the dirt being picked up when you go over those areas and you can see that they're clean. I don't know what it is, it's super satisfying, and if something can make me do more household chores and make it entertaining, I'm all for it. I can also kind of tell where Red's been sleeping based on the pools of hair around the house, and I sort of chuckle when I find those. It's actually so awesome that my only criticism is, why is there only one lopsided laser off to the side? I don't know why they didn't put it in the middle and have like a wide spread or have two lasers sort of pointing inwards. If there's some nerd Dyson modder out there putting two lasers on a head, I'm gonna go buy that because I love the thing. Now the hair tool is awesome for the car or the couch, pet beds, pretty much anything that you want to use the Dyson as a dust buster. The head is a lot smaller than the others, so you wouldn't be doing big sweeping cleans with this head, but it means it's perfect for smaller jobs. Now, once again, this head must have the same anti-tangle design as the high torque head, because we use it all the time on the couch and have never had to detangle anything. Let's take a closer look at what the display is giving you. Now, the default screen is pretty much all you need. It shows you the ETA of how much battery you have left, and this time obviously adjusts based on if you're changing the power levels or if the auto power is using more juice here and there. But having that easy insight into how much time you have left is super simple but incredibly handy, and it's not something that every wireless vacuum has. Now this graph above it is a breakdown of what kind of dirt you're picking up. It uses a piezo sensor which detects what kind of particles are being picked up, and it breaks it down in that different display into those 4 areas. Now it seems really cool at a glance, but it's incredibly useless. Now, as far as the rest of the menus go, I thought there'd be a ton of options in the menus, but it's pretty much just setting up a language, turning that particle counter off and on, slightly adjusting the auto mode, how it leans, if you want a little bit higher or lower sensitivity. You can turn system alerts off and on, and that's pretty much it. Now, if you buy this from Dyson directly, they've got a money back period, so you can try it out for 45 days and send it back to them. Look, that's what they claim on the website anyway. I can't tell you if there's any gotchas with this sort of system, so talk to them about it if that's something that you want to explore. The V15 is a serious chunk of change, and having that 45-day thing was good for us because I was like, if this is only marginally better than the V6 that we had before, then it's really not going to be worth the money that they're asking, and we'll probably send it back. Turns out it's awesome and we're keeping it, so we never had to take them up on it, but it's really comforting to know that they did offer that kind of thing. Warranty-wise, there's a 2-year warranty on parts and labor, but again, check the website for full conditions. Now look, it's time to talk about the big elephant in the room. This is a 1500 AUD vacuum cleaner, 750 USD, you jerks. But I never thought I'd be spending 1500 bucks on a vacuum cleaner. But hear me out, this is not Dyson's first rodeo by a long shot. They've been in the game for quite a while now, and when I did some quick scouring of stick vacuums, the V15 was generally at the top of everyone's list with the massive caveat of it's a great, but it's super expensive. Look, if I was just a normal guy or we were a normal couple in a house or apartment, then you can make the case that this kind of thing is overkill, but everyone's situation is a little bit different. You know, we're at the stage here where our Corgi is just shedding like you wouldn't believe. So I literally have to vacuum every single day or every second day. I'm pretty much vacuuming 5-6 times a week. On top of that, if I'm going to the effort of actually vacuuming the house, I want it to do a good job. I don't want it just doing 50-60% of the carpets and always feeling like nothing's done. We've both had cordless and corded Dysons in the past. So generally speaking, from our point of view, there's no complaints. It's a trusted brand to us at this point. And also your boys getting a little bit older. We're in a different financial position to what I used to be. And between the two of us, 1500 bucks is a lot of money, but if it's going to do the job right the first time around and close the chapter on this cleaning quest for the next few years, then let's just do it. We know it's going to work. Things might look a little different. I just had to run out and do some stuff. But look, to summarize the whole review, the Dyson V15 is a super expensive but super capable cordless stick vacuum. You know, if you go to their website, they use like 50 buzzwords to describe everything that's going under the hood. But the reality is that it just really all equates to a super seamless user experience. You just press the button, vacuum away, and it does everything it needs to do automatically. You know, at 1500 bucks, it's expensive, but you kind of get what you pay for. You know, I find it a joy to use, especially that laser module. It's quick, easy, cleans everything on the first or second pass, and cleanup really takes no time at all. You know, it's totally understandable that there's a ton of competitors out there at different price points, and this one isn't going to be for everyone. But if you're wondering if the V15 really is worth the money, then I can say, yes, it is. You know, I wish it was cheaper, but at the same time, I don't regret this purchase one bit. We've been running it for like 2 months and it hasn't skipped a beat. If you have any questions about the V15, then drop them in the comments below and I'll do my best to help you out. All right, 2-second update. I finally hit 1K subs on the channel. So huge thanks to everyone watching. I really mean that. Look, I know it's been a weird year or two for everyone and it hasn't been any different in my neck of the woods. But hitting 1K, it's a bit of a milestone and it feels really good. I know it's still small fries, but it's a nice little nod that, you know, the thing that I've been working on is growing and it's awesome to see. Maybe I'll try posting more than once a year from now on. No, I really do have a fair bit of stuff in the pipeline. It was just a matter of getting everything going, but on track, super happy for everyone. Thanks for subscribing. All right, as always, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. You've been awesome. See you later and I'll catch you on the next one.